Some people arrive carrying elegant suitcases, while others arrive carrying nothing except heartbreak. On one bright afternoon, a young woman stepped off a dusty stagecoach wearing worn-out clothes that barely protected her from the wind, never imagining that a single child's silent hope would become the beginning of a new life. The ranch waiting for her looked ordinary, but the wounds hidden inside it ran far deeper than anyone could see. If you believe kindness and second chances can change lives, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Heartland Stories. Your support helps us continue sharing stories that inspire hope. Clara Whitmore had lost nearly everything before accepting a mail-order marriage proposal from a distant frontier rancher. After her parents passed away and dishonest relatives took the family home, she spent months surviving on scraps, sewing torn clothing, and praying for an opportunity that offered dignity instead of pity. When she finally reached the Harper Ranch under the warm afternoon sun, her faded brown dress and patched shawl drew curious looks from nearby townsfolk. She expected disappointment the moment the ranch owner saw her, believing no hard-working rancher would welcome a bride who looked as though poverty had followed her across every mile of the frontier. The ranch belonged to Owen Harper, a quiet widower who had buried his wife 3 years earlier. Since then, every day had been devoted to raising cattle while struggling to care for his 8-year-old daughter, Ivy Harper. The once joyful ranch had become painfully silent, with every room reminding them of the mother they had lost. Owen carried the burden of providing for his daughter, while Ivy quietly carried the heavier burden of growing up without a mother's love. As Clara nervously stepped onto the ranch, Ivy studied her with innocent eyes that saw something adults often missed, not worn clothes, but a gentle heart that still knew how to care. Although uncertainty filled the air, Clara immediately helped with cooking, cleaning, feeding livestock, and repairing worn blankets around the house without expecting praise or comfort. Day after day, she worked from sunrise until late afternoon, slowly bringing warmth back into the home. Ivy followed her everywhere, finding comfort in the kindness Clara showed through small, everyday acts. Just as hope finally began replacing loneliness, a wealthy woman from Owen's past unexpectedly arrived at the ranch carrying legal documents and a shocking claim that threatened to tear apart everything they had only just begun to build. As Clara stared at the papers trembling in Owen's hands, she realized her hardest battle had only just begun. The documents revealed that the wealthy woman intended to claim ownership of a valuable portion of Harper Ranch through an old agreement signed years earlier. Believing Owen would surrender rather than fight, she expected fear to win. But Clara refused to let another family lose its home the way she had lost hers. While organizing old storage chests inside the farmhouse, she uncovered forgotten land records, handwritten letters, and witness statements that proved the agreement had already been legally settled many years before. With help from respected neighbors and local officials, the truth came to light, and the false claim collapsed before the entire community. More importantly, Owen finally understood that Clara had never come searching for wealth or comfort. She had come searching for belonging. The woman who had arrived wearing patched clothes possessed more courage, honesty, and compassion than anyone he had ever known. Ivy no longer felt the emptiness that had followed her since losing her mother, because love had quietly returned to the ranch, not through grand promises, but through countless small acts of kindness shared every single day. As the seasons changed, the Harper Ranch became known throughout the frontier as a place where strangers found welcome instead of judgment. Clara's story reminded everyone that true worth is never measured by clothing, possessions, or appearances, but by the kindness someone carries inside their heart. The little girl who had once longed for a mother's embrace finally grew up surrounded by the love she had been missing all along. Before this story ends, we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever welcomed someone into your life, or been given a second chance that changed everything? Share your thoughts or personal experience in the comments below. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share it with someone who believes in hope and second chances, and subscribe to Heartland Stories. Your support helps us continue bringing emotional stories that remind us kindness can truly change lives.